Hello and welcome, world of the YouTubes. I am your host, Militello. I'm joined by the Doofin of the Schmertzens and the Don Coyotes of the Utonians. Welcome to the Professionally Amateur Show. We've got some great topics here for you today. We're going to inform you to the best of our ability.
We're not going to inform you about anything.
We are subject matter experts in certain things.
For liability reasons, we're not subject matter experts either.
We are. It's not any of the things we're going to discuss today.
Okay.
How's your guys' week been? How's your guys' week? Yeah, it's a hard question to ask because the three of us talk 6 days a week. So
yeah.
How was your Monday night, guys? Did you do anything fun after we got done streaming?
what fucking day is it?
No.
Today's Tuesday.
God. Oh, I got a story for you guys for today. So there's a FedEx package I missed yesterday that I was supposed to sign for. So they left a note on the window. And so obviously I missed them because I was napping all day. As I do in these times of troublingness where I must be a hero and stay in bed. Hashtag quarantine life. And so today, after I worked out, I didn't shower. I just sat there in my stank and whatnot for, I think it was about 5. It was 5 hours. Sorry, I was trying to do math on when I finished working out. But for 5 hours. And come to find out that this package I was supposed to sign off on, the guy just left at the bottom of the driveway. Don't know what time he showed up. I could have been sitting in the nice, cool basement where I'm at right now. But nope. I sat there and watched that 70s show for 5 hours for no damn reason. And that was my day.
How'd you find out that the box was at the bottom of the drive there, Mike?
Once my sister and her boyfriend got home, they walked in with the package from FedEx. That was supposed to be delivered yesterday.
Great story. Loved it. Excellent
Phenomenal.
beginning, mediocre middle, but the ending, it really got me.
It did? I'm glad it was enough to keep your interest, dude, because since we have such a hard time with that.
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more, but you know what? That sounds about right for Podunk, Michigan. So good for you.
I hate you. I want you to know that.
Hey man, it's not my fault.
It's always your fault. It's always been your fault, and it's always going to be your fault.
That's a great way to look at it. Don't take any personal responsibility.
But remember how last week I talked about the memes? Apparently, if you send Paige the message "stop," he'll stop for about a day or two, and then start sending you some more.
I've sent you one meme.
Stop means stop. Like, no more.
Stop means no. No means yes. Yes means ain't.
No,
we
no,
all
no.
know the phrase.
Stop. When I send you stop, it means stop. I don't want any more of your damn memes. We follow all the same pages. I've seen it as I've scrolled through Instagram. I don't need you to send it to me again.
I need you to acknowledge the fact that you saw it, so that way I can laugh about it.
I want to say 60% of the memes he sends me are just kids getting hurt. As much as I love watching those, I've already been on top of watching those. Trust me. Oh my god. All right, guys. You know what? Let's start with one of Doofenshmirtz's talking points today, since he never has any.
All right. Well, I don't know if you heard about the new Tesla short shorts, but
what?
Yeah,
Tesla short shorts.
Yeah, if you go to shop.tesla.com, one of their products, it's sold out, but they're like these velvety red shorts. And they're super short. He's selling them for $69.42, and they are sold out.
I go to Salvation Army to get my shorts. I go there for my underwear. Like
I wouldn't do that. That's you're a disgusting animal.
That's risky.
It's like saying I like using diapers that have just been washed out. Like, all right, that's disgusting.
we gotta save the environment, man.
It doesn't need to be saved that bad.
Pretty sure
Someone else can do that.
Yeah, I do.
think
I do it.
You think of a few ways you can help before it comes to that.
I might be doing those other things. You don't know.
We can brainstorm.
All right. No, that's ridiculous. Especially for shorts. Like, I ain't paying no. You said, how much was it again? Like $70?
$69.42.
42.
And the
Where
way-
the fuck do you
So,
come up with the 42 cents?
The way it's priced in the store, it's 69.420.
Wow.
How'd you not catch that the first time around?
I'm paying. I mean, paying very close attention.
Mike's just at his fake ass desk talking all this shit about how we're never doing anything. He's sitting there trying to play with the pens that he sees on the screen.
No, I have my own pen right here. It's at a desk. It's just not this nice of a desk, and I don't have a blue shiny background like this does with a little fake rocket ship over here. I shook my shoulder even to find out which direction to point, and I fucked it up.
I've got a white wall behind me that has nothing on it. So,
one of my old guitar hooks is on the wall there.
oh yeah, you can see that right there.
Mhm.
This guy. And these are Rocky's pillows.
Doofenshmirtz is just living in fucking darkness over here.
I got a couch.
He's in the nerd cave.
None of us can see what that is.
Oh, well.
I just thought there were two big stuffed bean bags.
But yeah,
Nope, it's a couch.
I would never pay that much for shorts. I wouldn't pay that much for pants. I wouldn't pay that much for any of the regular clothes I wear.
No, I get
Sounds
like
about right.
$10
Especially-
button downs.
Well, think about it, short shorts too, so it's less material. I don't know what are they made out of? Like
Velvet.
Dude, I don't know
baby
what
skin?
fucking soda it's made of. It says sexy on the back, but it's like S3XY.
No.
Yeah, it does, and it's got a Tesla logo on the front.
One day I'll
I might
hopefully have money just throw away at stupid shit like that.
Mike,
I mean,
you
if you got
had
a Tesla, or putting stock into Tesla, then you got enough money to buy some Tesla shorts.
I just want them to start colonizing bars, so that way we can just separate everyone, and all the people that hate the other people can just fucking leave each other alone, and then they can go back to not caring about what anyone else thinks, instead of like, was that a gunshot, or was that just a firework in the neighborhood?
Oh no, another meth lab blowing up.
Oh, someone set the power plant on fire. That's cool. Oh, it started a giant wildfire on the entire mountainside. That's not good.
Making shit seem like a fucking Simpsons episode.
Oh my god, this is a fucking clown world we live in. Every day it just gets dumber and dumber, and I don't know how. But I'm also kind of impressed that it just keeps getting dumber and dumber. You know?
Like, oh wow, we're really making steps backwards, aren't we?
The amount of cartoons like predicting major world events, like years in the future, just shows that someone saw it like, that's a great idea. We should do that next.
He's a time
And
traveler.
somewhere,
He's a time traveler. It's confirmed.
yeah, Matt Groening's a time traveler.
Yeah. I'm convinced he is. He just time travels, shows up naked, boinks girls, figures out what's in the paper that day, and then leaves.
That doesn't sound correct. But
How else would he know yellow people would be so popular?
probably because they're not like really to look after an actual person, you know? Like it's just supposed to be like an amorphous person.
All right. On a positive note here, they're saying they have the first cure of HIV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was as of like 3 or 4 hours ago of recording this.
So what you're saying is I can go bang lot
No,
lizards
no,
indiscriminately
no,
and I don't have
no,
to do the sniff test
no.
first.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying one person has been cured. That's it. Nothing more. Don't go crazy there. Only one person. Only one person's been cured.
Science needs to catch up with the world's lifestyle.
The way I look at it, how long have they been working on curing HIV?
Wow, fucking time.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. And so that makes you think, like, how long is this COVID thing gonna take? Especially if it starts mutating.
Well, I mean, you got there's a lot of people working on this right now.
I'm sure there's a lot of people working on HIV too.
Well, yeah,
I'm pretty sure China's already got it figured out, though.
shit from China.
I feel like they're like, all right, pretend like this bat peed on you, then go run around. Someone's like, I'll just splash pee on people.
You gotta fight fire with fire. Thus, you have to go get bitten by a bat, and if you don't turn into the Batman, then you've been cured. Science.
Not how that works. That's how you get rabies, Mike.
I don't believe in rabies.
That doesn't mean it can't hurt you.
Oh no, it's gonna hurt. I mean, anything biting you is gonna hurt. But
No, the rabies is going to fucking kill you.
no, the shot for the rabies is gonna hurt.
I thought you didn't believe in rabies.
Well, people keep getting shots in the stomach for it, so that's the part that's gonna hurt. The rabies are gonna hurt you because the rabies ain't real.
The rabies are real, Mike.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Show me a chart that shows the rabies are real.
A chart that I can just show you a dog foaming at the mouth, or a deer foaming at the mouth.
I can foam at the mouth.
Foaming at the mouth, or a hobo foaming at the mouth. All of them probably have the rabies.
Anything can foam at the mouth that has a mouth.
Yeah, it's just particularly common when they have the rabies with it.
Yeah, because the rabies ain't real, which means anybody can do it.
It's not how that works.
Pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is.
Mike, when are you going back to college?
Third time's a charm, right?
God, I hope so. I don't know if it's going to make it better or worse for you. Like, hey, I've got a degree, so I know what I'm talking about. It's like, it's not how that works, but okay. Or just be like,
I want to go get a doctorate so I can just drop that on you. Be like, I'm a doctor, man. Just. And I'll start wearing a monocle. I'll start wearing a monocle for our podcast. It'll be great. It'll be great.
Like, I don't think you know how to use a monocle.
Yep, you put it in here and you go for a while.
I don't know what you're doing.
Haha. So it must be right. All right. Now on to my favorite new segment that we have. Florida Man. Florida Man is going to be a weekly segment we have here on the podcast because I love it and it takes care of one of my talking points I have to do. And inside the podcast is copyrighted by me, so none of you fuckers there, Doof or Paige, can use it. So,
Do you have that in writing?
Yes, it's right here.
The copyright or the story?
Both. They're both. Well, kinda.
It's kind of notarized. Like I put hot wax on there, but they didn't stamp it.
No, I notarized it.
You found this shit like 15 minutes ago.
I notarized this.
Are you a notary public?
Private. I did it in the house. Quarantine, man. I'm not supposed to do it public. Gosh, get your shit together, Paige. You're the reason that the COVID's winning. You and your public shit. All right, so I have some articles on a web browser that I'm gonna pull up here in just a second. For me to read, not for you guys to see. But I was scrolling through YouTube earlier today, and this thing caught my attention. And then I'm like, oh, where the fuck is this? And then they're showing the map, and I saw the little state of Florida there. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So I'm not sure which part of Florida it was, but it is very, very trailer parky. A police officer shot a man 3 times and killed him because he came out of, I believe it was he came out of his trailer swinging around a machete like fucking crazy, and then tried to hide in the little bayou swamp by their trailer there across the street. This little 2-lane dirt road there. Not even 2-lane, 1 lane basically. A little dirt road. Went over there in the swamp and then came out of the swamp there once police arrived and started swinging, and then this police officer shot and killed. That's the extent of the story. So
How much meth was involved in that?
I'm sure a lot, but this like just happened last night. So like they don't have all the full details there on it yet.
Seems like a pretty open and shut case. What were they going to his house for?
I'm guessing domestic assault or abuse.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked.
Everybody
Why
else
I
was
asked
fine. Nobody got hurt. I mean, the guy that got shot and killed, obviously. Well, he might have got hurt. I don't know. He died either way. But everybody else was fine in the ordeal. All right. So go ahead and pull up the next one. There's not that many for this week, surprisingly, probably because of quarantining. But we have a Florida man posing as Purple Heart recipient waves gun at black homeowner. So
Seems like the appropriate time to do that.
I know, right? So we're about to. I got a little bit more details. So Joseph Max Buchek, 58, is facing hate crime charges after brandishing a gun while accusing a black homeowner of stealing his own mail. So not of stealing the. So he accused his neighbor there or whatever that he was stealing his own mail. This guy just basically went to the mailbox.
Yep.
Took his bills. No.
Wait.
What?
But like the homeowner is stealing the homeowner's mail.
Yes, precisely. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And on top of that, for some reason, in the midst of all this, he lied and said he was a Purple Heart recipient. Well,
how does that even come up?
I don't. It's Florida, man. It's the meth.
Cops probably showed up and asked what he was doing, and he just shouted, "I was in NAM, god damn it!
That's quite
I
possible.
have a Purple Heart." Then started shouting about how his name was Captain Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
It's Florida, man. Like, they're gonna know.
Everybody knows Lieutenant Dan. Oh, he was in Alabama, not Florida. Greenbow, Alabama. Yeah, so basically, this guy said he was stealing his own mail. Somehow, in the midst of all this, Purple Heart came up that didn't even exist. None of it did. And he just started waving a gun at this guy. And especially now, he's probably going to get raped and butt fucked and killed in prison. So that should be a fun time for him. All right, next. Pastor allegedly... Good old term.
This would be a good one.
Pastor allegedly punches Rotary Club president over dueling food giveaways. Presidents of
Not where I thought it was going.
Yeah,
it's Florida, man. You can't. There's not like a solid track where it's like here's A to B. Like there's got to be X, Y, and Z in between.
The presence of a rival food giveaway may have caused a Florida pastor to lose his cool and allegedly knock out a Rotary Club president who was arranging to give food to the needy. So this guy, pastor, I assume he works for one of the churches down there. Now he's got that the needy don't deserve food on his list of things.
I mean, I think he just felt like they deserved his food more. He's like, "You're trying to out generous me? I'll generously stuff this fist in your mouth." And just smack the shit out of some old dude at the Rotary Club. I don't know if the Rotary Club's full of old people or not. I just assumed they looked like Shriners.
What's a Rotary Club? That was the only part I didn't know.
It's like a kind of like Shriners or anything like that. It's just like a community thing where they have like different branches everywhere.
All right, so basically it was two old guys beating the shit out of each other. I don't know if the one guy fought back, but it's like
it was one old guy beat the shit out of another old guy.
Yeah. Remember that movie Dewey Cox?
Yeah.
with John C. Riley. Like when he gets the band back together and at the end they're all old and decrepit and he just punches the shit out of them there. That's what I pictured. But that's all that they had though this week. Everything else is it just picks up from last week. That was it. So good job,
Because how are
Florida.
they?
You're making steps forward.
What I don't get is how they put allegedly in there. Like, it seems like that should have been like a very open and shut case. Like, did you punch this man in the face? Yes or no? Like, I feel there should have been witnesses around. Like, did you just find him in an alley? Like, hey man, can you come help grab something out of the back of this car here for the food drives? You know, just pop him in the mouth in an alleyway.
Oh, snap. My computer's going wonk. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was weird.
And I get in trouble for not knowing how a computer works.
I know how
You
it
didn't know
works.
there's
It's
a
just
left option.
it's not responding. There we go. It's all good. We're all good now. All right, Paige. I'll let you go and say the next thing you want to say there.
All right. Well, I listened to that album you gave me.
A
and
beautiful album.
It was very sad. It had a little personally, it was close to what I like, but it wasn't quite there. It's kind of bluegrassy, but more of like the Western country where it's got the real like hard metallic twang to the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan of music. It's got a lot of that in there, but I mean, it was a good album. The first song I thought was kind of funny because I thought like it was a joke or something. The
Oh,
premise of it,
which one
from
was
what
it?
I understand,
Here,
it
if you say the
was
premise, I might
Roving
know.
Gambler.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Roving Gambler.
Ooh, I love that song. I love that song.
Right. So I was listening to it. I was just kind of like vaguely listening to it. Then I had to listen to it again. This is about a guy that basically steals people's money or is in massive debt because he gambles all the time. Meets a woman that he really likes,
Uh-huh.
decides he's tired of her, leaves her ass in El Paso,
Yep.
or says he'll meet her in El Paso, something like that. And then he's like, "So I moved to Vermont." Like, the fuck you doing in Vermont, buddy? Like, why are you up there, you dumps? Made me a little bit grumpy, but yeah, I thought it was kind of a joke until I realized like they were really putting some heart into it. It was like, oh, this is about like a real person. Like one of their dads did this.
Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah, because they're all Everly Brothers covers, so they're all that older style there.
hmm And then the third song on the album, "The Lightning Express," that was just
That's sad.
yeah. Like I was listening to it, and I was like, why is this guy begging to get on a train? Like there better be a good reason.
And then they break it down in the chorus.
Yeah, and then you find out that his like wife or the woman that he loved
It's
is
his
dying
mom.
in another town. His mom, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is dying in another town. I was like, holy shit, okay. The conductor's just sitting there like trying to deal with it. I don't know why the conductor's feelings got involved or why he's having to battle with anything. You drive a train, buddy. Go get up at the front. Basically does itself. I don't know why he's worried about anything. But yeah, it was a pretty sad album. A lot of sad stuff in there, but it was pretty good. Just not up my exact alley.
I think the big thing I like the harmonies of their voice there a lot on that album.
Mm-hmm.
I think their voices go really well together there. The other song on there, it's one of the happier ones, Barbara Allen. That one has like the old like Western like saloon feel to it a little bit there.
Oh, kind of like the spaghetti western kind of
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, and then there's a I think it's called like Gray Haired Daddy of Mine or something like that.
Yeah, gray haired daddy.
Yeah. And like yeah, it's a good one. It's not one you'd expect to
Really be out there and work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was by Billy Joel Armstrong and Nora.
Jones.
That's correct. I had to review my notes.
But you
But
think
yeah.
about it with a name like Billy Joe, like obviously you're gonna have some of the you come from a family that has some of those older influences like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. I thought like I listened to the first song and I thought it was gonna be like a lot more bumpkiny than it was, but then it was more like
Bumpkiny?
yeah. Yeah, you never heard bumpkin?
No. I've never heard that term before.
A country bumpkin?
Nope. No.
I couldn't give you a definition for it,
Because
but
it's
I know
not,
like how to
it's
use the
not a
word
real
and what it
word.
means. Bumpkin, yeah, it is Bumpkin. Bumpkin.
You just spelt pumpkin, but changed the P to a B.
No, that's pumpkin. This is bumpkin.
All right, dude. What's your next talking point there, bud?
Oh, the next one's. I mean, it just makes sense, really.
Oh, okay. I'm not very confident in this, but go ahead, bud.
The title is "Moment of a Lifetime for Italians Taking Advantage of Museum Emptied by Tourists by COVID Lockdown." So, the people in Italy are actually getting to view like their landmarks and stuff and shit like that because nobody's fucking there. So, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, they all died
Well,
in the beginning.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they
you
had
know,
the
they had
worst
like the
mortality rate, I
worst.
think.
Yeah, they had the highest mortality. I think the only one that might have beat them was China, but I think Italy might have won. Not won, but had a higher percentage base per capita, and not one. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know how bad China's was, but however bad it was, we'll never actually know because it's China.
We shouldn't be laughing about that, but
Ah, fuck China. Who cares? I
all
don't
right,
like them.
go ahead, dude. Schwartz. Continue what you're saying there.
well, that's basically the premise of it. I mean, these people are. I mean, it's just they have no tourists over there right now. Like
So obviously,
they're locked down.
Italy is a place that relies, I'm sure, a lot on tourism,
Oh yeah.
and they're not getting that. Just like all these other places, they don't have the tourism like they normally do. And then when you put the percentage per capita there of the death toll at the beginning of this, they don't have to try to social distance at that point because you naturally do it because there's nobody left there anymore. So I could see why they might open up quicker than others, even though it hit harder, which I think might make more people, I guess, more scared to go out based on the
Well,
big.
Italy, one of the reasons why they got hit so hard is they had one of the largest elderly populations, like
Mhm.
percentage of their population is elderly.
Yep.
But on top of that, they also have one of the largest or like highest percentage of the population that smokes. And both of
Ah,
those are major contributors to the death toll of COVID.
yeah.
Because like here, all the old folks in New York, um, like 50% of New York's mortality was old folk homes. Like old folks were killing over
Yeah.
because Cuomo passed an order that required all nursing homes or like elderly care homes to admit COVID positive patients. And so
Was
that
that
shit
only
spread
in
like
New
a lot.
Was that only in New York then? Because that's not
Yeah,
what happened in
yeah, it
Michigan
was.
here. So.
No, that was only in New York. That's
Okay.
so like New York is like it's something like 40% of all the deaths in the United States, and then on top of that, 50% of their deaths were from elderly care homes because they just ramrodded all these people with COVID into them, which is I don't know, shocking to say the least,
I don't
and
know
no
if I'd
one's
say
brought it up.
shocking. It's New York, so I mean I'm not necessarily surprised.
Los Angeles has the most confirmed cases.
What was that?
So Los Angeles has the most confirmed cases.
That's
Yeah,
just confirmed cases though. I guess there's been like a lot of people that are getting it, but are fine eventually though.
yeah. Well, they're finding there's a whole bunch of people that never had symptoms, but they now have antibodies and they can't explain it. So
Exactly. Yeah.
the only logical conclusion is they got it and it didn't actually affect them, and now they have antibodies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, maybe this isn't a big deal, like
Well,
everyone made it out to be.
they've been saying that for a few
And
months because like all three of us could have it, and we just didn't show symptoms, and our body naturally fought it off. And now we have the antibodies there to where we're perfectly fine.
I just
But
like the fact that this 12-day quarantine or like slow the or flatten the curve thing turned into 155 days of you can't do anything. But
I was
that's just
enjoying
one
it.
man's opinion.
I was enjoying it at first, and I don't enjoy it anymore.
I fucking hate it.
No lie, you guys and the people who send messages in the comments are the only people I talk to. That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah.
But actually, so speaking of Italy, actually, that's my next talking point. Good job, Doofenshmirtz. Everybody, leave a like if you like Doofenshmirtz. If you don't, that means you hate him. So
so many negative clicks.
No, I said if you don't hit like, don't hit the thumbs down. But if you don't like Doofenshmirtz, just don't hit the like button. Do a comment instead, or do nothing.
Okay.
But we'll go off the views and it's gonna beat down itself. No, so apparently now, so there's snow in Italy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The snow is pink.
Okay.
Would you like to know why the snow's pink?
Is it pasta related? No, it's marinara sauce related.
No, it'd be red.
Maybe.
No, so apparently for some reason they're blaming global warming. But so there's algae that's growing in the snow, which causes some science stuff, and it's causing it to turn pink in most cases. But in other places where it's getting more algae, obviously there's patches of snow that are like dark green. So
Oh, so like an algae bloom.
yeah, exactly. And obviously, you know, there's different kinds and colors of algae, and I'm sure that plays a factor into it too. But they're saying
Yeah,
like, what's that?
there's a lake somewhere. I can't fucking remember where, but it's entirely pink. Just
Yeah.
because of-
It's out there in somewhere in Europe there somewhere. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember exactly where or what it's called. But that could possibly
Australia.
be reasoning too. But so they're saying that this algae has something to do with the reflective factors of the sun there and something to do with global warming and that. But the thing is, the way, because obviously, you know, there's ski resorts and whatnot over there as well. And so the way that they're dealing with this, the ski resorts are throwing their artificial or man-made snow over top of this pink snow instead of getting rid of it.
Sounds like a good reaction. Solid workaround.
You think that's the greatest idea?
Well, I mean, here in Utah, we get algae blooms, like down in Utah Lake and stuff, and
Mhm.
people just kind of go, oh, okay, and then they just show up and keep boating and everything, which you shouldn't do. It's not safe. I don't know why.
Exactly.
Probably because it'll kill you.
Well, they're saying that having algae in the snow, I don't know about the water, but in the snow there to where it changes that color gives it components to of which that it can store radiation as well.
So it's becoming irradiated.
Yes. And they're just tossing snow. I forgot to drop that factor before I said how they were dealing with it. But yes, they're yeah, so apparently the snow could be or could not be, because obviously they can't test all of it that's over there, because I guess it's growing in the amount that's out there. But it could be radiated, and they're just throwing extra snow on top of it there so they can keep their businesses open. I understand that aspect. So they
Crazy
could
would it be? Sorry, I'm just thinking. So, like, you know how an X-ray works? They shoot the radiation through you,
yeah.
and then it shows your bones. Imagine how crazy it would be if, like, the top snow, the man-made snow, started melting off this algae,
Uh-huh.
and like there were people who are like sitting down waiting for someone to go down the slope, and there's like a perfect like burnt outline from the radiation. The algae underneath. Oh.
Let's stay away from that part there, boys.
Someone breaks their leg. Like, all right, leave them here for an hour, and then we'll come back and check the snow underneath. Good work, boss.
All right, Paige, go ahead and go with yours.
This is anything related. I just was thinking of it while Mike was saying his thing. But someone made the analogy that this year is essentially like someone for the last million years or whatever was playing The Sims, and then they got up and left, and their younger brother came in and started like fucking with the game, and we're currently in the process of being fucked with by this little kid that has no idea how the game's working, and we're just like all this crazy shit is happening, and we're just trying to hold out till the big brother gets back to like unfuck everything. Like 2021 is gonna happen, and then all this shit's just gonna be like, that was a crazy year, right? Like right back to what we were doing before.
But what if it's the brother is like, I can't deal with fixing this. just hits the hard restart button.
Another big bang.
Another big bang. Can't wait.
Yep. I'll see you guys in 7.8 billion years.
You won't see me. Not how the Big Bang works. We
I don't
die.
know.
We all die.
Yeah, but
We
then
all
if
die.
he starts another game, we'll be here again.
Oh, maybe. Or
See?
we just die. Because analogies aren't all 100% dead on.
No, that's pretty spot on. I think that one was an accurate one.
Oh my god. God. You know what's the worst part? So when I do play Sims, I lock people in rooms and take away the door and sit there and wait to see how long it takes them to die. And I
But
know
see,
how the
how
game
many-
works.
Yeah, but think of how many people we have, like, news reports of, like, so-and-so got locked in their house, couldn't find their way out. What if the door doesn't actually disappear from the building? It just disappears from that person's ability to see it. And so all these people died in their homes. Like, yeah, he just didn't leave and died. And people are like, oh, that's crazy. How'd it happen? Like, you just didn't leave, man. What if it's like the creator just deleting that door for a minute, and then the police show up and like, wow, this guy's like really dead. He's been dead for a while. I wonder why he didn't leave and get food or water. You know?
Well, it's like remember that show, The Whitest Kids You Know?
Yeah.
So there was this skit where these people are stranded up on a mountain and they eat all the other people there to survive. They eat everything but their dicks. There's just this pile of frozen dicks over there. And then the one guy that did eat a dick, they have him away from the group and they just don't talk to him.
Oh yeah.
And so a bunch of these rescue guys come up the next day, and the guys that were up there didn't eat the dicks. So they froze to death. And then when they get up there on the snowmobile ran out of gas. And so like, oh, I guess we're going to have to eat all these dicks. And so the one guy shoots himself. He's like, or we could eat these freshly frozen bodies right here. Or use our radio to radio for help. Or after the guy already shot himself. Doofenshmirtz has been doing like a bunch of different things over there. Like he's going from one screen to another. And do you have another point? Would you like to bring up another point?
No, I was looking up pink snow. It's kind of interesting.
See, it is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next point. This one I think is the dumbest thing in the fucking world. So, when you have a sports mascot, it's supposed to be something that I guess shows power or fear, I guess. Basically, like, oh, the Lions, or even though our team sucks, or these Tigers, or Rams, or the Saints, I guess. But the Dolphins. So they're I guess they're pushing pretty hard right now, and it sounded like it might actually go through to where they're going to be changing the name of the Washington Redskins.
Yes.
That's apparently that debated for a long time.
30 years. Yeah. It's been up for 30 years now that they've wanted to change it. But now with everything that's going on in the world, it's actually looking like they're going to be pushing and getting what they want for changing the name. So I just feel there's a lot of other things you could focus on than just the name of a football team. Like, just root for the other team or something. Like, it's these teams are owned. Like they have owners, and obviously they fall under the NFL as well. They feel like they need to change it after you guys get pissed off. Just let them change it. Don't harass the shit out of these fucking people when we could be focusing our energy on other things. That's my, I don't know how you guys feel.
I don't care about football.
Paige doesn't know what a football is. Doofenshmirtz, your turn.
I know what football is. It's the ball that goes like this.
That looked like a square.
Yeah, okay.
I nailed it, right, Doof? It's like a pointy rugby ball.
Well, you know, wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Have you ever seen a football or a rugby ball?
No, I said you're not wrong. I said you're wrong. I know what a rugby ball looks like.
All right,
like
dude.
a ball.
You?
That's not.
Yeah, it's like what he said.
Like who said? Nobody's described the rugby ball yet. Describe a rugby ball, Mike.
A rugby ball. So you got a football, right? Let's say I go
Yeah.
like this and I push it together.
We can't see what you're doing, so nobody knows.
But everybody else can see, okay? Quit ruining the illusion.
Describe it, Mike.
Quit ruining
Mike,
the illusion.
it.
I'm getting to it.
My senses.
All right, you ready? I got two hands up. I got a football between them, right? I'm holding it up with the palms of my hands. This football in between my hands.
Right.
I push together. There's no points anymore, right? In which case it would make it bulge a little bit away, like towards that center area there, right?
Okay.
Rugby ball. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot one thing. Add Australians instead of Americans. Bada bing, bada boom, you got rugby.
You know rugby's British, right?
Nah.
And also, it's the same size as a football. It's just the tips are rounded.
Yeah, I rounded them when I pushed my hands together.
You didn't say they got rounded.
It's assumed.
It's not assumed.
You push the points in and it gets rid of the points, thus making them round.
You said I'm going to push the ends and then the middle is going to bulge. And I don't know if that means like a little ring's bulging in the middle or like the whole middle's like bulging out.
Like the whole rest of the ball where I'm not pushing.
Look, this is really difficult to do because I can't see what you're doing.
Okay. Doofenshmirtz, how do you feel about the team name change? Paige, you're in timeout.
No, I'm not. I haven't said anything inappropriate yet.
I don't know. I've always been indifferent on the name. I couldn't care one. I'm an American Indian. I really don't give a shit about the name.
Could have fooled me with that beard.
Are you like
right?
Are you like Native American or are you like Elizabeth Warren?
No, dude, I got a card and everything. I am a registered Native American.
Oh, okay.
The fact that I have to say registered Native American is a little suspect, but I do have a card. No, I've always been indifferent on the name. I mean, it doesn't really offend me at all. But, you know, if the thing with the business world is you always talk to be professional, you know, be PC, no matter how stupid it is.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like,
I kind of get it.
All the PC people that are shouting about, like, making businesses do certain shit are never the ones that are actually buying their product, which blows my mind. Like, when you see these crazy boycotts by, like, soy boy Seattle-looking dudes for, like, Nike or whatever, you know? It's like,
did you say Nike?
Yeah, I'm just throwing out a company name.
I thought you were talking about Nike, and you just pronounced it Nike. I'm like, that's not correct.
I don't know.
I thought we had another Detroit issue on us.
What? Detroit?
Detroit.
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 If you guys want more of this content, make sure to check out our other video of Warzone in Detroit. It's great content. You can find it on our page.
We cut out like a good 7 minutes worth of us going back and forth on what words are pronounced what way.
Yeah, it was unbearable.
I'm pretty sure we did Detroit. I think we did Cran.
Yep.
We did
Wasn't spaghetti one?
Spaghetti? No, I say spaghetti, right?
So you admit you say Detroit wrong.
You admit it.
Oh, you get mad at me when I say Detroit.
Because it's Detroit.
That's what Detroit. That's
People
what
are shooting me messages about you saying this so incorrectly.
Oh yeah? Who? Doofenshmirtz? Get the fuck out of here. Goofy Doofy don't know what's going on.
Goofy Doofy.
Yeah,
just the light shit tastes like nothing.
I think you guys got mad at me about drawing.
Drawing?
What? Okay,
Drawing?
I was trying to figure out what the fuck that was supposed to be.
I lived with Paige for a year, so I know I can figure out his stupid made-up words, what he's trying to say.
They're not made-up words. They're like in the dictionary. I can show you where drawing is in the dictionary.
Yeah, show me where the word drawing has the L in there.
I didn't. What do you mean?
Because you're basically saying drooling.
No, I'm saying drawing.
What's the drawer? What? How do you drawer?
What the fuck is drawer?
What you're saying?
What? No, drawing.
Oh my god, guys!
I'm gonna clip that, and I'm gonna 100%. I'm gonna put them right next to each other, and I'm gonna show you. You said the same fucking thing.
I didn't say the same thing. I said draw.
Uh-huh.
I said drawing.
Why wouldn't it just be drawing?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm the hot seat.
I feel like you're so fucking uneducated in English.
I speak it real good.
Oh my god. All right, guys. So I watched a video on the career of, because I can't deal with this drawing shit anymore.
We can move on to secretary.
Oh, yep, that's the other one. That's secretary, by the way, Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, secretary.
It took me a second, but I got it.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, we're
god.
talking about the horse here.
It's like when you watch Swamp People and they need subtitles for the whole fucking thing because they're not real fucking words they're saying.
I think you guys got mad at me too because I was dropping syllables and letters out of words.
You
I don't
do.
remember.
It's like the laziest talking in the world. I'm
It's
sorry.
not lazy. It's
sorry.
efficient.
It's the laziest talking in the world.
What the fuck is trocking?
I don't know, Mr. Drawling.
Okay, but you added a syllable to it. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you add a syllable?
Why are you
to it?
adding an L to drawing?
I'm not adding an L to drawing.
Why are you adding an extra R?
What do you mean I'm adding an extra R?
Hey,
DRAWING. Drawing.
Do you not hear the second R?
I don't, because it's drawing. That's what I'm saying.
So I watched a video today.
Might just stop a little bit on the inside. Okay.
Oh, and it was on the career of John Travolta. And how he started off with a bunch of, in the 70s he had a bunch of these like he had what's that, Saturday Night Fever. He had the Western one where he was like a cowboy, or the cowboy bars or whatever. And then he had Grease. So like these three ones they built his career off of, there were all like these dancing and music ones. And then throughout the 80s there he had a bunch of movies. And then 90s he had his comeback with Pulp Fiction. And then he made the Scientology movie, which I guess did terrible. And he had to come back again. And then now he's just, no. So it made me think to ask this question to you guys. Go ahead and give me a little bit of reasoning behind it. But what actor comebacks would you most want to see? And it doesn't count if they're dead. Like living actors. I got real quiet there. I don't know if you guys heard me.
No, I'm trying to think. The only one I could think of is and everyone seems to hate me for this, but I really liked Hayden Christensen in the prequels.
No.
I loved it, and everyone seems to hate me for that. So I heard
no
a
likes
rumor
on
that
this
he's coming
video.
back for. I heard he's coming back for Kenobi to play Anakin, but I don't know.
That's who that actor is. He's fucking garbage. You're a bad person. Go jump in a dumpster. And
I'm sure
everyone I tell, I
I'm
get
sure
the same
he's
shit, but no, I enjoy him.
I'm sure he's a nice person, but his acting was but then again, his lines, he didn't get jack shit to work with. Like when he's talking about the sand and how coarse it is, the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah.
But apparently his other movies he did after that, because I think he did one or two afterwards, or he like stopped acting there for a little bit to be with his family, and I get that. But I guess they were pretty decent movies. I mean, nothing crazy great, but apparently better than the prequels. What about you,
He's better
Paige?
than the prequels.
I also
besides
enjoy
Cats.
the prequels, so
No, okay.
Um,
Doofenshmirtz, you're done.
I don't know any actors to talk about.
All right.
Like I see certain pictures of like they've been in a movie before. And people are like, yeah, that's right, man. Who is it? I'm like, no idea.
I guess we'll just skip over Paige for this one. Mine is Brendan Fraser.
What one's he?
He's the guy who played in the original Mummy movies.
Oh, the big tall guy that got chunky.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So he was in the first three Mummy movies. And then he was in George of the Jungle. With that one Leslie lady. I can't remember
Yeah.
his name. And they had that other guy, the guy who was the teacher in Easy A.
Oh, dude, he was in Doom Patrol and Titan.
Who
Fairly
was?
Odd Parents. Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. They had him as a special guest on Scrubs. He was in the movie Airheads with Steve Buscemi and Adam Sandler.
It's a weird fucking dude. I'm sorry, but he's just weird.
So,
And anything he does just looks weird.
oh, looks weird. Yeah. Well, the thing is that I feel real bad for this guy because like he was on the height, like he was doing great through the '90s there, and then obviously you're gonna have a couple stinkers in movies here and there, but then there was something. He had some family emergency that happened. I think somebody passed away, and then stories start to arise of him being, I guess it sounded like sexually assaulted or something like that on the set of some of his movies or in Hollywood.
He was just sexually assaulted, or
Mhm.
he was
He
sexually assaulting
was.
people.
He was being, as in he was the victim.
Oh, okay.
But and they were trying to get him to come back, I guess, for that Mummy remake there, where the one they did there with, I think it was Tom Cruise, wasn't it?
I've never seen any.
Oh, you're missing out, especially the first two. They're good. I think maybe I think it was two, maybe three. I don't remember. But yeah, he was a really good actor throughout all the stuff he did. It was between either that or I'd like to see Pauly Shore give it another shot. Everybody
What was
knows.
Pauly Shore?
Pauly Shore was in Biodome. He was in Encino Man. He was in oh dang it. There's one where he's got a so and so's parents there or something. I don't know.
Is he the talks like that hippie from the Goofy movie?
Yes,
Like that
that's
one
him.
guy
That's
with
him. He plays the voice of
Oh,
that guy with the
okay.
sunglasses. Yeah.
Alright, I know what
That's
you're talking
Pauly
about now.
Shore. Yeah. He
Well, 'cause I know in a lot of his movies, there's him and then that one other guy, or like there's always someone else that's like similar, but like slightly dumber somehow.
oh,
Does that
they
make sense?
in the one there in Biodome there, they had one of the Stephen Baldwin, I think it was, with them. I still think like a lot of people hate Pauly Shore, but he knew, especially with the whole MTV stuff, he knew what he had to do to sell his product, and he did it. Uh,
Hey man,
but
as long as he's happy, I
he
guess.
was so fucking annoying. Oh no, now he's all depressed and shit. And but no, I think with the way that he took it of seeing what worked at that time, um, dust, how seeing what worked at the time there, and then see how he could portray that nowadays. I know I want to say within the last 5 years, he did a documentary on trying to adopt a child or something like that, or deciding if he wanted to. I don't know, but he still dresses the same way he did back in the day, and he's like 50,
Good
and
for him.
he's holding on there. All right, man. Paige, I'm gonna toss it to you. What do you got next for us?
Something on top of my head, but I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Awesome, Doofenshmirtz. You got any other points?
Hold on. We should talk about our 24-hour stream on Friday and find out what games we want to go through.
Ooh. Guys, the games we're gonna go through. Give me a quick second while I pull them up because I already have them all downloaded.
I don't. So it's a good refresher.
Doofenshmirtz is terrible at being prepared for anything. Don't even give me that fucking smirk. It's true.
Doofenshmirtz is never gonna have kids because his sperm will be like, we don't need to be in the tip of the penis right now, do we?
How you won the race, Doof, is beyond me. Beyond me.
Somehow
I've
there
had
was even
so many
slower
X-rays,
ones
I'm
that
probably
weren't
sterile.
prepared.
All the other ones done. So we are going to be playing Call of Duty. Be doing some Apex. Be doing a little bit of Farming Simulator. We're going to be doing some golf with friends, and I know this sounds really shitty, but it's putt, and like some of the shit that they come up with is fucking bonkers. And it is really good fun. We're gonna be playing some 2K20. And hopefully it works this time. Last time Doof and I tried to play it, excuse me, fucking Microsoft wanted to go down, so. But it's okay, because YouTube would never do that. Hear that, YouTube? Toss me in your
They'll
algorithms.
just shadow ban us once they find out that we're more than controversial.
We're gonna play some Overwatch. All right, we're gonna kick back to the roots, because as Doof says, and this is probably a quote, I like the pig guy.
Spot on.
Yeah, I know it's spot on, because every time I hear it, it's
Exactly what I said.
it's hilarious. We're gonna do some Red Dead online, some Red Dead 2 online there. That's probably one of the funnest games when you have a group of people until Doof starts fucking shit up. And it's gonna happen, especially if we start
I
doing
don't know.
it late
I
into
don't know
the
why you
stream.
get so pissed. I just run into you, and it doesn't even affect you. It vibrates your controller a little bit.
As I'm trying to figure shit out, I'm worrying my damn horse is gonna die because I don't trust you. There's trust
I
issue there,
can't kill
dude.
your horse.
You'd find a way.
Find
Kill
a
my horse
way.
first.
Found a way.
Shh, don't sing that. Copyright. We're gonna
I
play
did
some
2
Rocket League.
words.
We're gonna play some Rocket League. We're gonna play soccer with our cars. But it might be in real life with our real cars. Once Paige catches up to us, way out west, where they
I think
apparently
they already did that.
don't know how to fucking speak. And then, guess what? We're gonna have some fucking Uno, guys. Who doesn't want to play Uno? And we might have some. I'm not allowed to call people special guests, I guess, anymore. We may have some other people hopping in too. Ones that like
Why
to
can't you
yell.
call them special guests?
Because one of them got upset when I called her that. But
Did you call her special, or did you say, would you like to be a special guest?
I did not call her special. The words were together as special guest. Anyways, you guys can watch a 24-hour stream, watch us play some Uno with this guest who is not special, and watch Doofenshmirtz get fucking yelled at. And it's, the content is just, oh my god. And then once these two fuckers finally pass out, I've got some single-player games here to play to keep you entertained. Can you say fucking Toy Story 3, bitches? That's right. I have Toy Story 3 on here, and I am ready.
It's literally a child game.
It's literally an amazing game, okay? It is such a great game. Also, I finally jumped on the Skyrim bandwagon. I'm
Dragon. That thing showed up in like 2016 and was over in 2018, and you're now just getting around to it.
Yep, and maybe I'll still finish Breaking Bad. I'm making my way downtown.
I
As that
haven't started
lady
Breaking
said.
Bad yet.
See, I haven't seen The Walking Dead yet either.
I refuse to. I think it's just utter shit.
I don't know. I'm
Wait,
not gonna
wait,
judge
wait,
it
wait.
yet.
You've never seen it, but you think it's utter shit.
Yeah, that's why I said
just
I'm not
wanted to hear
judging it yet.
Changed my mind.
Maybe you
You
watch
made
an episode.
Doofenshmirtz is that adult that like goes to a fancy restaurant. They bring out like steamed broccoli, and he's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And like, "It's
I
broccoli."
fucking love
sir."
broccoli.
Okay, but for the analogy, Doofenshmirtz, for the analogy, I don't care what you actually do or don't like. For the analogy, you know how children don't like broccoli, but then you get older, like, "Oh, this isn't bad." But there's that one kid that like his parents like, you know what, fuck it, it's too much work to make him do anything, and that kid's a shithead now as an adult, like they're a piece
That's
of
why
shit.
Doof is a shithead now.
But like they never actually had broccoli, and so now as an adult, whenever they get it, they're like, "Oh, this is terrible." People are like, "What is wrong with that guy? Like, how does he not like broccoli?"
I'm just saying, any vegetable you cover it in butter, and it's amazing.
Anything covered in butter is amazing. It's just not amazing for your heart.
No, it's not. You ever toss a stick of butter inside of your bowl of cereal in the morning? Not good.
Mike just eats 2 sticks of butter surrounded by milk in a bowl.
That's why I need to work out twice a day to stay this fat. Because if I don't, I'm scared of what'll happen.
He'll balloon
Right.
up.
I ran
Look
out
at
of
the-
cereal once, but I had a bunch of like that Nature
Butter?
Valley granola bar shit.
Oh, yeah.
It had like super crumbly bars. So like
Yeah.
fuck it. And I opened up like 7 or 8 of them, just crushed them all up, poured milk in it, and fucking had it. Why not?
One question: why didn't you just eat the granola bars and drink the milk?
I already pulled. Okay,
Did you say you already poured the milk into the bowl
no,
and
no,
you were going to have cereal?
no, no.
You disgusting person. You are subhuman. That is
Subhuman.
subhuman.
Don't worry, Doof. I got you.
Look, I
Paige,
really wanted
say
cereal.
drawer.
Drawer?
Say drawing.
Drawing?
Dumb fuck.
What?
You dumb fuck. All right, guys. I have one more talking point for you. Are you fucking ready for it?
No, but you're going to tell us anyway.
See, I prefer positivity over your
Oh, sorry.
negativity.
This story will be mildly entertaining, and I'm prepared to make comments about Doofenshmirtz in relation to it.
All right. Out of all the games you remember playing as a child,
Yes.
which one do you most want to see a sequel of or a remake? So I'm talking ones that haven't had any sequels or remakes done lately. Like basically people forgot about these games. You guys a second there to think. And in the meantime, I'll let you know about all our great stuff. Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out the awesome content like that 24-hour stream coming this Friday. So this is going to post on Thursday. That following day, we're doing a 24-hour stream. I don't know what time we're starting yet, but you can check out all the social medias there. They're all above my head up there. Type those in the search bar. You're going to find them, and I'm going to be posting on there as soon as I figure it out. If you're liking what you see so far, hit like and subscribe. So I can feel better about myself and get a nicer desk. Maybe a real desk. All right, guys, that's been enough time.
First, Doof?
Yeah. So whenever I think of like video games from like when I was young, it had to been Nicktoons Unite. It was like the first game I've ever really played. I started on a PS2.
What's it called?
Nicktoons Unite.
Okay.
You never heard of it?
Nope.
It was you could play as like SpongeBob, Timmy Turner, fucking Danny Phantom, and all that shit, and you went around and you're like all together. I think you started in Bikini Bottom maybe, and you could like you would face Plankton and whoever the like fucking.
So it was like Kingdom Hearts,
Dingleberg.
but for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Probably not as good.
I never played Kingdom Hearts.
Don't play number 3. It'll just disappoint you. But
no,
no,
I'd like to see a remake of Nicktoons Unite. That'd be pretty cool.
I had one of those Nicktoons games. I had Nicktoons Racing when I was a kid. And it was right when SpongeBob first came out. That's right, I'm showing my age. But and they made him so fucking OP. Like, he was fast as all hell. He had these crazy turbos, abilities and whatnot. And they just made him OP as all fuck. But they better not bring that fucking game back, because yeah. Alright. Paige, it's your turn.
Alright, so I've got 2. The first one, there was this Star Wars game.
Ew.
But like, hold on. It wasn't a great game.
Unless it's Knights of the Old Republic, I'll accept that one.
Battlefront
Okay.
2 wasn't that bad.
Ew.
Exactly.
No, it bad.
Guys, we don't need the controversy right now, okay? It's the end of the podcast. We're just getting the last little bit out.
It's not the end of the podcast. I got like 8 more talking points.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Mike's alone, depressed, and wants us to be here forever.
Yeah.
Just give me a hard time, Mike.
It's all true, though.
That's what makes it so funny.
Yeah, but you know what might help with that depression? If you hit the like and subscribe button. Go ahead, Paige.
Shameless promotion.
Everybody else is fucking doing it.
Okay. No, so I don't know what the game was called or anything like that, but you remember the Gungans?
No.
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks?
Jar Jar.
Those guys?
Okay, yeah.
So there was this game where you were building like a giant underwater Gungan city. Then you had to go do like questy things or like build the environment around it, like put certain animals together so they thrive.
So it was like Sim City, but for these fuckers.
kind of, but not quite as SimCity-y. Because they would build the city on their own, like they would just start building it. But you had to build the environment and everything like around the planet, so that way there was like actually enough shit going on that they could survive and thrive.
Okay.
If they remade a game similar to that, I'd be pretty happy. And if they like made it so you could control like an army and go take other planets and stuff, I'd be even more on board with it. Or if like you could play as different races, I would, or different species, I guess, I'd be on board with that. Now my second game, the other one that I'd like to see, way back when,
Yeah.
way back when, there was
Okay.
one game that came out on the Xbox 360 called Brink. Brink.
That sounds familiar.
So this was like one of the first games, like you know these shooting games where you could like run and like climb the walls and do that parkour shit everywhere.
Yeah.
This was like one of the first games to like kind of introduce like a whole lot of that, like the whole sliding mechanics, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And the whole premise was like the rest of the world pretty much like just shit out and became a hellscape, like Mad Max hellscape. And then in the oceans, it was like Waterworld hellscape. But all the rich people, or like this group of people, they built this thing called the Ark, and it was like a science project to see if you could make like a self-sustaining floating city.
Mhm.
And so once everyone moved to the Ark, it kind of split up into like all the elites, or like all the people with money, and like the police, and then like all the poor folks, or those that weren't quite as well off, like they lived in the slums essentially.
Mhm.
And the whole thing was, so you'd play the game, and as you played the game, like the story would develop. So you'd either pick, I can't remember if it was like the resistance or rebellion or something like that, and the other side was like the police or something like that,
Mhm.
or the security force or something like that.
Yeah.
But each side was trying to do like what they felt was right. So like as you played, you kind of like if you started playing through like
You
all
got a
of one side,
backstory basically for that, whichever side you chose,
yeah.
which
But every map
supported
it would,
that.
yeah, and so every map, like, it would flip. So, like, if you're playing, like, the Rebellion, you're trying to assault a compound. If you played that on as the police, it'd be the same mission. It's just you were trying to defend the compound. And then on top of that, too, like, so when you made your character, you could change his body type. So if he's like really big and buff, he could like carry like chain guns basically and just spray everything. But he couldn't really run fast or like jump high. But then you have the reverse where there's like a really tiny dude, but that guy can't carry any big guns, but he's really fast. He can jump around everywhere. You know what I mean? But that was a really good game. I like that one a lot. I'd like to see if that one like had if they did a remaster of it, or if they like did a sequel to it or something like that. I'd be all about it. That was A plus. Like the execution on all of it was really good. Like the controls really good. The graphics at the time were really good. The story was amazing. Like the mechanics of the game were really good. The whole like premise, the plot, and everything was really good. The way that they wrote out the story and like actually like the execution on how like the story played out was really good. And then like they had a leveling system so you could get new guns, or like you could upgrade whatever class you wanted. I think they had 3 or 4 classes. They had like engineer, assault, medic, and then something else. I don't remember what the last one was.
Okay. Um.
But yeah.
So I have two as well.
Ooh,
First one is Legacy of Kain. You're
that sounds
fucking
familiar, but
vampires. Vampires. You play as two characters. It's one of those ones where you switch, and it tells each one of their stories, and then they meet up there, um,
mhm.
throughout the story there. And I don't remember the character's name. I assume one's named Cain. But this one, he stabs his sword into enemies there, and he absorbs their souls, which gives him powers. The other guy, he just goes around eating fucking people, and it was kind of like Devil May Cry, but not quite as intense. Like there were some puzzles and more adventure to it, than just that fucking hack and slash. And the second one, I'll let you know as soon as I fucking remember what it was gonna be. Um,
How'd you forget?
because I didn't write it down. But no, there were fucking two of them. Damn it, I can't remember what it is now.
Oh, you know what else would be a really cool game? If they made like realistic sports, like where the little creatures you made weren't so cartoony, but like more realistic looking. It's like if they had sharp teeth, it was like actual like fang sharp teeth, not like those kind of cartoony big teeth and everything.
Oh, so it's not so meant for kids.
I mean, kids can still play it. Probably turn off like the gore factor and stuff. But I mean, like, it's so like like when you look at sports, like a lot more of that like kind of cartoony, textualized or contextualized everything. You know, Looks kind of like creatures from like a Mickey Mouse or like Monsters Inc. almost.
In what game?
Spore.
Oh, sport. I thought you were saying sports this whole time.
No, 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 no,
Me too.
no. Spore. Spore.
Okay. Yeah, I think
But
that'd be a good one. I see what you mean. Kind of like give it like the arc details, kind of.
yeah, something similar to that, and then like make it bigger because like once you like start building a city, like there's like 6 or 7 buildings when it like starts getting big, and like that's supposed to be like a whole like city. But if they did it where like you built like it actually like expanded out, became like a city, I think that'd be pretty cool if they did that.
Yeah. No, I still can't fucking remember what it was. I mean, there's plenty of good ones. Um, I think no, I can't even fucking think of it.
Well, what was the game about?
I don't even remember.
Oh.
Don't even fucking remember. I think a cool one would be the Oddworld games. I'm not even sure if their studio's still open anymore. But there were 2 games that I remembered. They have one that for the Xbox One where it's kind of like a puzzle game, but it's like a 2D platformer one. And you got help free your people there, and they're these weird looking creatures. The one I had as a kid was on the original Xbox called Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. You played as 2 characters as well, and then they end up meeting up. You got Abe. Abe is the one who's in the newer game there. Got 3 fingers. And so you go find the other guys that were like him, and so the more of them you'd have, the more you'd have to fight these bad guys. And then
Mhm.
you had Munch. Munch has a big old head. He has 1 webbed foot, and so he hops when he's on land, and he can't move real fast, so you have to put him in a wheelchair so he can go real fast. But he can swim really fast by himself. And he has these little fuzzy meatball creatures things that are his friends, and they have these razor sharp teeth, and they eat the enemies. But Abe's people are being turned into food by this company, so they're trying to take down the company. It's the most off the wall, weirdest fucking game in the world. Oh, I got it. I remembered it. Jet Set Radio Grind Future or something like that. Is that what it's called?
Ooh, that'd be a good game. Where you're on the rollerblades going everywhere.
Yes, and they're all dancing and shit. And I think it came with the original Xbox when you bought it. But if they updated that kind of like with a Sunset Overdrive kind of look, I think
Ooh, that'd be good. Yeah.
that'd be perfect. Perfect. Or
That
Donkey
whole-
Konga. Give me Donkey Konga. That game was badass too. Give me some bongos. Donkey Konga for life. All right, I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else?
Nope.
Anything specific?
All right, awesome. I want to thank everybody for stopping by the Professionally Amateur Show. Like I said earlier, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Turn on your notifications if you did enjoy the video. Really do appreciate it. It helps YouTube know that we exist, and it makes me feel better myself. Got all our social medias there above my head. You can see Doofenshmirtz pages. I can point the right way. You can see their Twitters there next to their cameras there. Make sure to check us out on Twitch. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this video is going to be going up on Thursday. So make sure to check out our 24-hour stream as well on Twitch. That time might not be at 8, but 8 p.m. All those times are Eastern Standard Time. And make sure to keep checking out the YouTube channel here. We put a gameplay video up every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we put up a new podcast every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Till next time, you guys have been sexy. I've been Militello. This is the Professionally Amateur Show. And we'll see you guys